Very good morning. My name is Dr. Solomon V. Anbuchelvan, working as an associate professor in the Department of English in Erode Sengundar Engineering College. Today we will see Universal Human Values 2, Universal Human Values and Understanding Harmony and Ethical Human Conduct, which is in module number 1, especially in Introduction to Value Education. In this lecture 1, we will see understanding value education. So we should know what is value education, why do we understand value education, and what is value education. It will be really helpful for us to grow and to further proceed in our career. So value education is really important so that it is incorporated in the curriculum as universal human values. So in this lecture 1, we will see what is value education. And education, there are a number of definitions, but expectations from education. And education has the responsibility to facilitate understanding what to do, what is valuable as a human being, and learning how to do, that is skills and technology. So education facilitates understanding what to do and learning how to do. So are both required, or we can do with just one of them? So the question is whether it is to understand what to do or it is how to do. Both are important. Then what would be the priority between these two? The priority is understanding what to do. So that is called a value education. And learning how to do, that is doing, that is called as technical education. So in this lecture we will see that what to do. Why do we give priority to what to do? So what to do is more basic, more fundamental. It is foundation. And then we can learn how to do. That means doing part. So we should know what is what first, and then we can do the how part. The current priority right now which is existing in the society, in the higher education system, which is learning how to do. Knowingly or unknowingly, our education has become skill biased. We mainly focus on skills. So while we progress in skills, develop and use new technologies, we are unable to ensure ethical use of technology. Okay, as we say that every coin has two sides. So we are unable to ensure it, the ethical use of technology. So we are going to learn why do we understand values. Without clarity on the first question, without understanding what to do, even if we are going about doing things in an efficient and an effective manner, we can see that we don't know where we will reach. Yes, so I do a lot of things, but without understanding what to do, if you do efficient and effective manner, we don't know where we will reach. That is the current situation. This shows up as confusion in the self. A self, in the sense of man, is the coexistence of self and body. So confusion in the self, confusion in the consciousness, we can say that. Being easily influenced by others and being busy in their program. Being easily influenced by others, our consciousness, our understanding is being operated by somebody from outside. and is being busy in their program. So you are being acted upon by somebody if you have confusion in the self. So current priority in the learning environment, we give more importance to skills rather than what to do. So it creates a confusion in the self. So confusion in the sense and not able to make right understanding and not able to understand one's own right. So that is being manipulated by others, by outside agents. That is the current situation. So deciding what to do or what is valuable. So what to do is what is important, is what is valuable. So in reverse also we can say what is valuable is important, which you need to do that. Do you want to be able to decide what to do and what not to do on your own right, or do you want to be dependent on somebody else to decide for you? It's a significant question. Do you want to be able to decide what to do and what not to do on your own right? If it is okay, that's good. Do you want to be dependent on somebody else to decide for you? This somebody may be a group of people, it may be the society or the education system, things which comes from outside that somebody. So if you're not able to decide as to what is valuable, what is not valuable on your own right, then someone else is programming you as to what is valuable, what is not valuable. And another thing is, unconsciously you keep accepting those things as values without verifying. Simply you are following blindfoldedly without verification and without validation, and you are busy with how to implement them and how to realize them and material them. See that? So someone else's program, unconsciously you are accepting and you are working on those values and even very busy in implementing them, and you thought about how to realize and materialize them. So that is not valuable. And do you want to be able to decide what to do, what not to do on your own right? So the ability to understand which is right and which is wrong, that is the need. Can we decide what is valuable on our own right? Is it possible for us to decide what is valuable for us, what is meaningful, what is right and what is wrong, what is innate in us? Is it possible? What is valuable, what is meaningful, and what is right and what is wrong, and what is within us or what is within you? Can we decide these things on our own right? This is the issue. This is the essential point of this lecture. Is this possible to decide what is valuable, what is meaningful, what is important, what is right and what is wrong on your own right? Yes, we'll see that. We'll explore into this. The need for value education. We saw that the first issue is that we need to understand what to do and we need to learn how to do it. To understand what to do, we need value education. Next, in order to ensure this, we need to get into the details of things for which we need a holistic perspective. To develop a holistic perspective, we need value education. So that is the need of value education. So we need to have a holistic perspective, not a one-sided perspective. It's a holistic perspective to understand what to do and why do we need value education. So you should have the holistic perspective so that you can understand what to do in a better way. So before entering into that, you need to know what you mean by value. So understanding value education, so understanding value. So value of a unit is its participation in the larger order. So an example, the value of a piece of chalk is its participation in the classroom. Now what is valuable? The chalk writes on the blackboard in the classroom, or the chalk scratches the blackboard in the classroom. What is valuable? Which is value? The context is always the larger order. So value of a unit is definite, does not change with time, place and person. So the value of a unit is also referred to as role. Thus the role of a chalk is to write on the blackboard. So to understand the value of a piece of chalk is its participation in the classroom. The classroom is the larger order for the piece of chalk. So the role, the value the chalk gets more inside the classroom. So the value of a unit is also referred as role. The role of a chalk is to write on the blackboard. So the classroom is the largest context, and we can say the larger order. Chalk participates in the classroom. So that decides the value for the chalk. We'll see. What is the value of water? Value of water, maybe the purpose of the water. Value of water for quenching your thirst. The purpose is to quench the thirst. The participation of water in quenching your thirst. Does water quench your thirst? Yes, it quenches our thirst. Is it valuable? Yes, it's valuable. Is its value definite? Yes. Does it remain same over time? Maybe morning it quenches the thirst, afternoon it does not quenches the thirst, and evening it quenches the thirst. No, it always quenches the thirst. It does not change over time. So it remains same over time. Does it remain same in different places? Yes, it remains same. In India, in America, wherever, water quenches the thirst. Is it same for different persons? No. It is very common for all. So the value of water is decided by its participation. So the quenching the thirst. You can further reflect on the relationship between value and the price. Value of the human being is its participation in the larger order. Your participation in the family defines your value in the family. What is valuable for you? Feeling of respect or feeling of disrespect? You feel happy when you have a feeling of respect. The other feels happy when you express respect to him or her. So living in accordance with human values leads to mutual happiness. Your happiness, happiness of the other human being. In other words, in the case of human-human interaction, in the case of human rest of the nature interaction. So living in accordance with human values leads to mutual prosperity. These are the basic guidelines for value education. Now the value education should be universal. Content needs to be universal, applicable to all human beings, and to be true at all times, all places, so that it is universal. It should not depend on any sect, creed, nationality, race, or gender. So it should be universal. And it should be rational. It must be amenable to logical reasoning. It should not be based on any blind belief, not by faith. It must be amenable to a logical reasoning, and which should understand. We can reason it out to understand anything. So it should be rational. And natural and verifiable. Value education has to be naturally acceptable and experientially verifiable, and not based on dogmas, beliefs, or assumptions. Everything should be natural and it must be verifiable. Should not be asked to believe just because it is stated in the course, but it should be verifiable. It is beyond that. And another thing is, it should be all encompassing. So universal human education needs to cover all dimensions: thought, behavior, work, and understanding. These are the dimensions and levels: individual level, family level, society level, nature and existence of human being. So value education must be all encompassing, all dimensions of a human being and at all levels of the human life. Should not be confined to only few aspects of life. So it should all encompassing and leading to harmony. Values have to enable us to live in peace and harmony within our own self as well as with others, human being, and the rest of the nature. So this is really important, and these are called as basic guidelines for a value education. A value education should be universal, should be rational, natural and verifiable, and it should be all encompassing and leading to harmony. This will be sufficiently exemplified in the presentations in the workshop. So the content of value education is holistic, all encompassing, covers all levels of learning: individual level, family level, society, nature and existence. As a family, society, we want fearlessness, trust, not fear and mistrust or opposition. And it covers all dimensions of a human being as an individual. So understanding, realization, thought, behavior, work, and participation in larger order. In thought, we want clarity, a state of resolution, a solution, not a confusion, a state of problem. It is the essential content of value education. It should be holistic and all encompassing, covers all level of living, covers all dimension of a human being. So from self to the entire nature and existence, and that it is an all encompassing, helps us to understand and gives us trust and fearlessness, and we can make a resolution. Levels of a human being. So if you take a human being, he is the coexistence of self and body, and every human being is an individual. It's an individual level. So my value for myself, ensuring happiness in the self and health in the body. Two things really important. Happiness in the self and health in the body as an individual. So next level is family level. We value in the family, ensuring feeling of relationship and prosperity within the family. So that is the family level. And the next level of a human being is the society. My value in the society. Example, to participate in social systems for justice, peace and harmony. And the last level of a human being, that he can participate in the nature and existence. My value in nature and existence is mutually fulfilling with the rest of the nature. So for an individual, and main focus is on happiness in the self and health in the body. So few individuals collect together, then we lead with a common goal. We can say that a family, ensuring feeling of relationship and the prosperity. So family join together, make a society, participate in social systems for peace and harmony. And the final level, nature and existence. My value in nature and existence is to mutual fulfillment with the rest of the nature. To live with happiness, human beings have to understand human values. In other words, human beings have to understand their participation, their role in the larger order. They need to understand their participation in the family, in the society, nature and its existence. So that the value decides their participation in these orders. Without understanding human values, they may assume something about their participation role which may or may not be fulfilling. These are the 4 levels of human being. Now come to dimensions of human being as an individual. Look at the diagram. So few arrows are used. Now one, understanding. Thought. From thought we get understanding. Thought is leading to behavior, work, participation in the larger order. From the participation, there is another arrow is to get the understanding. An individual, he needs to understand. That is understanding, yes, the first dimension. And the next is thought. Once the thought, that leads to the behavior and that leads to the participation of that individual. So within this dimension, human being has to understand the value and its participation. Process of value education is self-exploration. Value education is nothing but self-exploration. Whatever is said is a proposal. Verify it on your own right, on the basis of a natural acceptance. Do not assume it to be true or false. Don't assume. Verify it on your own right, on the basis of your natural acceptance. Which is naturally acceptable to you, that is called as natural acceptance. And to a certain extent we can say it is a process of a dialogue. So dialogue, a dialogue between me and you to start with. And it soon becomes a dialogue within yourself. It's a dialogue with yourself. You can say as a self-talk. between what you are and what you really want to be. That is your natural acceptance. What you are is the current state. What you really want to be, that is your natural acceptance state. The purpose of this course is to initiate the internal dialogue to help you to be self-referential and self-confident. So the purpose of Universal Human Values 2 is to initiate, if you have already a dialogue, and to strengthen your internal dialogue in yourself to help you to be self-referential. You can refer on you and you can get the confidence. So the purpose of this course is to help you to be self-referential and self-confident. Is this process naturally acceptable to you? Is the purpose of this course valuable for you? Damn sure its purpose acceptable, valuable. So in this course, we will explore human values and human conduct. Who am I? What is my purpose of this existence? What is my role with myself? An internal dialogue. What is my role with my body? What is my role in the family? What is my role in the society? What is my role in nature and existence? So let me put it in another word instead of role. What is my participation? And what is my participation in my body? And what is my participation in the family? And what is my participation in the society? And what is my participation in nature and existence? If you get an answer to all these questions, and you'll be so confident, you'll be self-referential, you will verify, validate whatever comes to you. So in this course, we will explore the human values and human conduct. Let me sum up like this. Need for value education to live with fulfillment, happiness, and continuous happiness. It is essential to understand what is valuable for human being. That's called as human values. To understand human values, human conduct, we need value education. Basic guidelines for value education. So, value education should be universal, should be rational, natural, and verifiable, all encompassing, and leading to harmony. That is the ultimate purpose of this value education. And the content of value education is all encompassing and holistic. And the process of value education is self-exploration. Thereby you can be self-referential. So the need for value education and the basic guidelines, the content of value education, and all encompassing, and it is holistic. Self-exploration, the process of value education, becoming self-referential. If you answer the questions, who you are, what is the purpose, and what is your participation, and if you start to explore yourself, if you start to have an internal dialogue within yourself, and whatever comes to you from outside, everything is a proposal. You can verify it on your own right, and you can validate. Yes, don't follow anything by assumption. Don't follow anything as blind fly. Follow. You verify it, which is acceptable to you. You can implement, you can follow. For that, self-exploration is a key. So frequently you can do self-exploration. you try to explore within yourself, right? Having an internal dialogue when you are participating as an individual, when you are participating in the family, when you are participating in the society, when you are participating in the nature and the existence, in all the four levels, how do you participate? And in all the situation, and if you verify, validate, and you can follow that, that will give you a right understanding. So understanding the thing that we want to achieve, and then the thought, the dimension thought, and then your work and your participation. So your value is being decided by your participation within yourself, your participation within your family, your participation within the society, and your participation in the nature and the existence. We have seen two examples. A piece of a chalk, the participation of the chalk piece is to write in the classroom. The participation of the water is to quench the thirst, but it quenches, it is ever remain common. Quenches the thirst at all times, all persons, everywhere it is same. The same way, your participation should be same. That decides the value of oneself. Okay, so that is understanding of value education, and in due course of time we'll see other things. Thank you. If you have any self-reflection, if anything comes to your mind, you can note it down, you can send us email, you can share the reflection, so that that can be beneficial for others also. Thank you. Have a great time.